talk about SZA and Doechii's new release, Girl Get Up? Well, I noticed something, and I gotta let you in on it. Let me explain. Because at this point, it feels less like a release and more like a black girl's anthem. And let's be honest for a second. Some things aren't meant to hype you up. They sit you down, tell you the truth, and then quietly tell you, now girl, don't get up. And the more I listened to Doechii and SZA's Girl Get Up, the more I was forced and compelled to go do what I always do. And that's go back and re-examine SZA's pen. And by the end of this video, I'll tell you why SZA's music isn't just motivational and why SZA's writing and her lyrics hits black girls different. Because at this point, SZA is not just your typical R&B pop star. SZA is a secret weapon of mass emotional destruction. Now, putting SZA on one of your tracks may not guarantee you an immediate hit, but it will definitely push your song over the emotional edge to places where you never thought you'd be affected. Because SZA is an unusual songwriter. And I say that with the highest regard, the most love, and the utmost respect. In fact, it's the highest compliment I will ever give a writer. SZA writes like your homegirl who tells the truth when nobody else will. Like in 30/30, for instance. Chat, should a foe let be no yoga mat? Chat, if you're a girl, that ain't poetry, that's real life. But stick with me, because the reason SZA's lyrics work has nothing to do with motivation. Because when I look at SZA's writing, it sometimes feels very simplistic. It doesn't always rhyme. It doesn't always follow a neat 4 and 8 bar count like we're used to. And then there's times where her lyrics doesn't even sound polished at all. Leave me lonely for prettier women? You know I need too much attention to be doing stuff like that. SZA's not pretending to be healed in this moment at all. She's letting herself be seen and heard. And in Superwoman, she validates insecurities that most women would be afraid to admit. Each stanza has its own life, and that's not by accident. And when she writes about love, you get Luther. When I'm with you, everything goes. And in Snooze, I don't got nobody, I'm with you right now. The truth, I look better under you right now. That's not a fantasy love, honey. That's present day love. That's a I'm still flawed, but I feel safe here love. And that kind of softness, especially for black women, is rarely centered without judgment. That's a writer who understands the emotional architect of constructing a song. But it works. Her hooks feel like the full story. Her choruses can replace the hook. And that, my friend, is not just music theory. It's instinct. And this is why that line in Girl Get Up matters. In Girl Get Up, her and Doechii do something a little bit different. She forces us girls to see our own self-worth, even when we're all still so tired. And trust me, we're almost to the reason this hits different is coming up next. Listening to some of SZA's lyrics feels like peeping in the back door of somebody's house without permission, or like peeling the layers or the covers back. Kind of like the kid in The Emperor Has No Clothes, except in that fairy tale, everybody was afraid to admit they couldn't see nothing. But SZA does the opposite. She says everything she sees and feels, and that's the secret sauce to connecting to women. And she does all of this without shame and apology. Her being vulnerable in these moments feels radical in a world where black women are constantly being told to be strong, to be quiet, to be grateful, and to be healed. But anyway, back to why SZA and Doechii's Girl Get Up hits different, and why SZA's lyrics and her pen is not just motivational. Here's what's really up. As I promised in the beginning of this video, I will tell you why SZA's writing feels more than motivational, because it's prophetic. It cuts you like a knife, and yet it doesn't leave a scar. It translates a language that you could never say out loud. It documents our fears, it validates our despair, and they give a name to emotions that often go unseen. And that's why when she says, "Girl, get up," it doesn't really feel like pressure. It doesn't feel like motivation. It feels like recognition. Girl, SZA sees you. She can see right through you. And for black women, sometimes being seen is enough. I'm curious, y'all. Hit me in the chat. Which SZA lyrics made you feel the most seen? But before you write, Remember, whatever you're doing, you should always keep it hip hop. Thanks for stopping back by the house.